Welcome back to Point in Issue. I'm Bob Harris, and with me is Gerald Johnson. We're going to look at some practical steps to invest in. How does one begin to invest?
Well, it's important. I mean, we always preach a portfolio approach to investing. So not just putting your eggs in one basket, meaning one type of investment vehicle, but really spreading it around. So when I talk about percentages of returns on your investment, I speak to the portfolio. So you may have to do different things to get that.
Now, let's look at how this is
right. So if you look at the screen, what you're seeing on the screen speaks to someone who's currently living at the lifestyle of $100,000 or slightly more, and when they retire, they want to live at the lifestyle in today's dollars of $100,000 a month. So in order to do that at retirement, if you're 10 years away from retirement, you would have to have a lump sum of $25.6 million set aside and invested at your retirement, getting you an interest rate of 12%. And then remember, with inflation, we showed what your monthly income would need to be at that point is $270,000 a month is what you would be drawing from that. So also, if you have a little longer to retirement, like 30 years, you're looking here, what you would need, your monthly income would need to be approximately $1.9 million a month. Yes, ridiculous. But also the rate of return, you would have to have $188 million in an account generating approximately 12% per annum. So that's the problem we deal with. Because I mean, immediately when you look at that, absolutely, completely daunting, right? But as we work it through, this shows you what you would, the next slide shows you what you would actually need to do to be able to generate that income. Now, the most important thing to note on this slide is this monthly investment required. So if you're 10 years from retirement and you have not started yet, and you needed the $25 million, you would have to be putting away $111,000 every month, getting 12% interest, right? But by the time you get down to 30 years away, you're only having to put away the $53,000 to get the $188 million.
Which again is out of the reach of most people.
Right. But what it's showing you is there's a principle. You have to get the principle, and the principle is the sooner you start, the less you have to do. Right. So the next thing to note again is the devaluation of the dollar. When we look at it in terms of the 6.5% per year per annum, in 10 years, as you look on the screen again, in 10 years you'd need $158 to one approximately, and 30 years you jump up to 560, and that's just based on it continuing as we've been continuing.
So you're saying without it getting any worse, just at the rate,
just at the rate. Yeah. And
it's quite an interesting thought.
It's an interesting thought. Again, it shows a challenge, but it's not. There's a solution to every problem, right? I truly believe that from a planning standpoint. Just to put it in context, here on the screen again is the price of a ticket, 158 US. Today that's $13,000. In the future, in 10 years, take you $25,000. That's not including inflation. This is just devaluation. In 30 years, 88.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we want to get more into the personal investing plan.
Okay.
You're watching Point in Issue. We'll be right back.